Hello again, I am Blunty, 1440p PC Gaming. I have been recommending that as the target, the sweet spot, the goal, the ideal for many, many years now, as a matter of fact. It was such a massive perceptual leap that you just can't go back once you've gone there. I mean, you can, but you don't want to if you can avoid it. But of course, the issue with 1440p gaming has always been budget. Getting a graphics card that can push high frame rate 1440p, you're always buying at or near the top end. And same thing for monitors. High refresh rate 1440p monitors have been sort of priced just sort of outside of the reach of the average PC gamer, really. But here, now, in the year of our Lord Gaben, 2021, we are finally reaching that point where 1440p gaming is becoming more accessible than it ever has done before and is practical for a lot more gamers out there. The current crop of sort of mid-tier graphics cards, for example, the ones that sell the most, the ones that most people buy, those are now being specifically designed, engineered, and marketed for 1440p gaming. All their demo gameplay, all their little charts, they target 1440p gaming. They're telling you that's what they're for. And of course, on the monitor side of things, well, prices have inevitably kept crawling down because that's just what happens in that space. Which, as you might imagine, brings us to the focus of today's video. Back there is the AOC CQ27G2. Try saying that model number several times in a row, because I just did and I got it wrong every time. It's CQ27GQ. Doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? Fortunately, it doesn't have to, because the price value feature set of that thing is pretty damn enticing. And today, just for you, I will be unconventionally unboxing that thing back there. Because frankly, unboxing things the traditional way, the way the manufacturer, the man, intends you to unbox things, like opening the top flap and stuff, it's boring. Screw your rules, box designers. I'll do things my way. And yes, I'll admit it, because dumb gimmicks that make the occasional viewer cringe and then irresistibly post in the comment section about how it made them cringe that I did it that way is a good way to encourage engagement, which is all important for the machine mind that runs algorithms on the YouTube stuff. So feel free to leave comments about how upset you are about how I open this box. While you're down there, thumb, subscribe, follow, bell, send kittens. Let's get to it. Alright then, so the AOC CQ27G2 is a pretty straightforward 144Hz fast response time 27-inch curved gaming monitor. And by the way, it is thanks to the team at ESL Australia that I'm checking it out at all today. They sponsored this video to promote their new Valorant esports tournament called the Valorant Rising Heroes, presented by AOC. It has a $20,000 prize pool, and they're looking for anyone at all, could be you, who thinks they are a pretty good Valorant player, to sign up. There's open qualifiers taking place soon, and you can sign up in, yes, you guessed it, in the link in the description. Also in the comment section, because if you're watching on mobile, you can't really get to the description very easily, apparently. What are you doing, YouTube? Just misery. You're just misery. That's what you are. So, back to the careful unboxing. The CQ27GQ has a VA panel. And if you're not familiar with all the acronyms for different screen technologies in use, it's enough to know that of the three most common types, VA strikes a nice balance, offering high refresh rates, good contrast, good brightness, good color reproduction. It's a nice sweet spot between the pros and the cons of IPS panels and TN panels, all of which of course make it an extremely popular choice for gamers these days. Also important for gaming, it has adaptive sync, which is my preference of sync technologies to keep refresh rate and frame rate tied together to avoid the hideous nightmare of image tearing. The sync range here is, as it is with most of these type of monitors, 48 to 144Hz, so anywhere between 48 FPS and 144 FPS, and your nailed down rock solid image with absolutely no tearing to interrupt the beautiful smooth flow of your gameplay. On the monitor's bum, you've got what you'll commonly find on monitors like this, a pair of HDMI 2.0 connectors and a DisplayPort 1.2 connector. There is even a handy dandy USB hub to help you clean up some of the cable run clutter you might be dealing with. But all that said, I'll leave a link in the down below to a product page so you can check out all the nitty-gritty numbers and stats and charts and things like that that's written on the side of the box. That's not why I'm here today. But what are my actual impressions of the monitor? Is it worth spending money on? It is a budget-friendly 1440p 144Hz curved gaming monitor, 27-inch, And within that category, yeah, I would absolutely be happy about having one of these on my desk and spending my own money on it. Now, let's be clear about this. This is a sponsored video, but it's not sponsored by AOC directly. It's sponsored by the ESL because they're promoting that tournament thing I told you about. And within the contract I signed for the sponsorship, they told me that they don't even need to see the video before it goes live, so they're not censoring anything I say. I can say whatever the bloody hell I like. And they were very clear and very specific about this could be a completely independent review of the monitor if that's what I wanted to do. So I'm giving you my first impressions of it, fair and honest down the line, just so we understand each other. So, the ergonomics, I like it. The stand and monitor are fairly light as far as the size monitor goes, which is a nice thing. It doesn't wobble too much on the desk. You've got the ability to lift up, squat down, and you've got rotate ability. You can't turn it on its axis, but then again, curved monitors aren't ideal for having sort of vertically anyway, because they tend to look a bit weird when you do that, so not such a big deal. Standard VESA mount on the back, so if you do want to mount it to a arm on your desk or whatever, you can do that. The bezels are quite slim, not invisible, not tiny, but certainly smaller than the bezels on the monitors I use myself on my own desk. So if you wanted to get multiple of these to line them up, 2, 3, you can certainly do that and not deal with too much, bezel clutter. That's not the word I was after, but you know what I mean. The on-screen display, well, it's a bit sluggish when you use it, but the controls are all down the bottom here, and they're sort of nice and easy to feel, and they're well labeled with molding in the plastic. So some monitors are really terrible about doing that sort of stuff. This is pretty good. Again, not the best I've ever used, but good enough. You're not going to be going in there too often anyway. There is a single button there to change between modes. So if you use one mode for your gaming, or even several different modes for gaming, one for FPS, one for your racing games, one for your sort of RPGs or whatever like that, you can switch between them at the touch of a button. You don't have to go into the menus to do that, which is nice. So in general, the physicality, ergonomics all get thumbs up from me. I quite like it physically. But how about actually using it? Well, I have been using it for a little while now, giving it my first impression run through here, and I really do like it. I've got Watch Dogs Legions up here at the moment. I've got all the graphics turned on and up, 1440p ray tracing on. I'm running at about 56 FPS at the moment, and Adaptive Sync is doing exactly what it needs to do. It is keeping my frame rate and my refresh rate absolutely locked together, so there is no tearing at all. And it looks really good. The colors look rich and good. The contrast looks rich and good. All the things you want to look rich and good about the image look rich and good. Is it the best monitor I've ever had on my desk? No. Because, among the best monitors I've had on my desk are monitors that cost 3, 4, 5 times the ticket price on this thing. So you wouldn't expect it to be the best one I've ever used. But is it worth it for the price you pay for it? Absolutely. If what I was after was a monitor at this kind of price range with these kind of feature sets, I would absolutely happily have one of these on my desk and pay for it out of my own pocket. No worries there. I have had AOC monitors in the past. They've served me very well. The only reason I don't have one at the moment is because the last one I had I managed to smash. My fault, not the monitor's fault. Hands up in the comment section down below. Who's had that heartbreaking moment where you've just smashed something against the screen of your monitor? You see that ugly black crack and the LCD just sort of start to leak everywhere. It's a bad day to be a gamer when you do that to your own monitor. So yeah, all the links in the down below if I've piqued your curiosity on this one. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching and making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you've done the thing where you comment, you sub, you bell, you do the thumb, and what did I say before? Leave kittens? I don't know. Thank you as always to the patrons scrolling up above there as well. Patrons, I think I called you caterers just then. My apologies. Don't mean to disrespect you like that. Nobody likes to be called a caterer these days. I got to go Google what a catering is, just in case I said something really offensive there. Nope, I think I'm okay. Bye.